have to cover ZCASH here. As you can see, we are up 3.5% in the last 24 hours on ZCASH and 18.6% in the last 7 days. So that's nice. We're at 458, but I still expect ZCASH to get rejected at a certain point. So we're going to talk about that. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's talk about this. So ZCASH, as you can see here, trading at 457 is coming up here to this resistance. It actually might break this resistance up here, 490, but 488. The main one I'm actually worried about though is this one all the way up here at 540, the Fibonacci resistance. This is the one that I'm really watching out for, and I think that we might get rejected at 540 here. So definitely pay close attention to that. And can we get above it? Possibly, but I just feel like ZCASH has had its run. This is a cycle. They call it a cycle for a reason. ZCASH has had its run in the cycle. So, a lot of people seem to think that, it's just going to keep going and going and going and going. Nothing ever does that during any cycle. Crypto never keeps on going. We literally had, this is like a triple top. This is like a triple top. That was definitely a bearish signal. We can just say this is the double top. But right back here, if you want to include that, that's a triple top. Or head and shoulders if you want to say that. But yeah, that was definitely bearish. And we also have some people here saying that ZCASH just now got out of a long downtrend. Like, you guys have not seen anything. You don't know what's coming in 2026. It's probably going to be a bear market. So we're going to have to be careful. But they're talking about a long downtrend. Like, this is not a long downtrend. We've been in a downtrend inside of ZCASH since November, pretty much November 16th. Since November 16th. Well, November 17th, really. And it's only December 12th. It hasn't been a full month. We have not been in a long downtrend. So, but I do think that we will continue upwards. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that we won't. I just see a few things here that show that we are going to be going up, actually. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. Like I said before, this % R trend exhaustion is bullish. We have the long-term trend actively increasing. Short-term trend is overbought, but it probably will stay overbought until the long-term trend gets here. And then they'll both probably have a pullback. And I think by the time it gets there, ZCASH will either be at 488 or ZCASH will be up here at 540, and that's why I have those two resistance levels set there. But my thing is this: I think after that happens, it's almost like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? I feel like on the daily chart here, you're going to see the % R trend exhaustion do something like this. The short-term trend is going to overlap the long-term trend. They're both going to go down, right? So yes, we're going to be going up temporarily. But just remember, that's a temporary increase in price. It's not just going to keep going and going and going and going. The same thing that we're looking at with Bitcoin. It's not going to keep going and going and going. 109K is major resistance. Let me say that again, 109K. Major resistance. That's the high of the last rally in at the top of December 2024 and at the beginning of 2025. So we had a nice rally. That was a double top, bearish pattern. We broke down and kept going down. Actually, double tops are very good patterns to spot tops, and double bottoms are very good patterns to spot bottoms. So you can actually see over here, like this double top, that was textbook right there. Double top right here, textbook. And then we can see, like, and this is Bitcoin, by the way, we can come back here. I mean, need I say more? Like, double top, textbook. Every single time Bitcoin tops, it's pretty much a double top, textbook. So it happens time and 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 time again, right? You can keep saying in time and time. So look, the reason why I mentioned the double top is because if you come back here and you look at ZCASH, you'll notice that we just experienced a double top. Now, it's already pulled back and it could recover. But we have another issue here. We have the top of this right here. This is what we call a bullish expanding triangle. So this is a bullish expanding triangle down here. As you can see, it's a bullish pattern, but they're very poorly done bullish patterns. Like these are the worst bullish patterns to go for. Like you want the worst bullish pattern, get into a bullish expanding triangle. Like it's just such a wide and broad spectrum that is just absolutely terrible because it can stretch for literally years. I'm just over exaggerating that, but it can stretch for months on months on months. Look at the one for Aster. Aster has been inside of a bullish expanding triangle for the longest, and look at it. It starts small, but this thing can go on and on and on and on. And as you can see here, it's still trying to get back above the same trend. Like look at this. It's staying under that trend line. It's respecting the trend line. And look, a descending triangle within a bullish expanding triangle. So it's probably going to end up dumping again and not actually breaking past that trend line. And yeah. And the reason why I'm talking about this on a ZCASH video is because if you go to ZCASH and you look at it, you kind of see the same thing, but just the beginning of that same thing. So will we get above 500? We possibly can. We possibly can. But I think we get rejected here either at 580. Well, no, it was 540. We either get rejected at 540 or we keep going, and then we get rejected here, and then we just stay within this range of this bullish expanding triangle for an indefinite time until the bull market, or until we completely crash out of it, right? Until we break down. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing here with this, and I think it's probably going to end up playing out that way. And a lot of people, they're probably not noticing that this is how it's playing out, but I like to look at more unorthodox things. I don't ever see anyone talking about like bullish expanding triangles, even though it is an actual pattern, but a lot of people don't talk about those. A lot of people don't really talk about the double tops, double bottoms. I like to do chart patterns. I'm a real big chart pattern person, so I like to do the patterns. I don't really care too much for indicators. I do things manually. I get all of that stuff manually. I set all of my resistance areas and support areas manually on top of the Fibonacci, as you can see as well. And the only indicators I really use here is the %R trend exhaustion, and the MACD helps me keep things at a minimum. I want to be able to open a chart, not have to pay for any indicators, and just do what I do, and then I can do that. So I would definitely say look out the %R trend exhaustion. It's a completely free one. It's a completely free, and I use it all the time. But yeah, this is all I got for you guys today. Hit the like button, subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. And as always, I'll be back with another video.